Hi everyone, I'm really pleased to have you here. Hello. And today's live is all about audience, and it's a really big one. So take notes. It would be fabulous to hear any questions you have. Just see what your thoughts are. I've had to kind of DIY this because my internet in the bedroom is a bit patchy, so I'm on my phone. It's actually a lot easier. So let's get started. Okay. When we talk about audience, what do we mean? So the basics, I think you guys know what the basics are when it comes to audience, right? A group of people that you are nurturing, that you've collected around you to sell your stuff to, in its very simplest form. Why is it important to have a diversified audience for your business? Why is it really important that we don't just focus on one place, one thing? Now, this is very different to my strategy of just like focusing on one social channel. So this is not just about the places you need to be. This is not just about the channel you need to be on. It's 4 different categories of audience. So I'm going to really simplify it and just take you through what those 4 look like and why it's important to have 4 different categories. So I think we all know like the social media presence. So having an audience in wherever you are, like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, wherever your people are. And you'll know this if you've done some work around your ideal clients. We've talked a lot about dream clients and kind of where they're hanging out. The trick is not to try and get people to you. You go where the people are. So I talk a lot about this with organic content. So pillar 1, and it's 4 pillars, but the first pillar is your organic content, and that can be wherever you are. So it's not a specific channel. It can be whichever channel you choose, whichever channel you know your people are hanging out and talking and engaging. So just pick one. I do strongly think you should just pick one to start with and just run with that. So choose the main one that's going to be the driver for your business organically. So I've chosen Facebook. I do have an Instagram presence as well, but Facebook is like my core because I know my people are here. Like you're my people, mompreneurs, mums who want to start businesses and scale and grow quickly. So focusing on that organic content is super helpful, and it's really powerful because it means you can create engagement with people. It's not like market research where you blast out an email and you ask a ton of questions and then people come back. It's real-time connection. It's real-time feedback on stuff you're working on. So I find it really, really like the engine of my business. So it's an amazing place to find people, and there's whole loads of tactics and etc. But that's pillar 1, organic content. So showing up, being the expert in your field, nailing your niche in your field on whichever channel you choose, and like bossing it on that channel, engaging and nurturing. And don't just think of it as a numbers game. I think it can be really tempting to chase the follows, the likes, but think about the people on the other end, and there's a whole different bit of content, but I'm gonna be like kind of skimming on the surface here. But think about the people on the other end of your content. Like, what's the purpose of your content? How is it helping them? How is it moving them along in the journey to want to work with you? That's a really good question to ask yourself. And how are you engaging with them? Like, how are you showing up in your group, or how are you showing up even on your business page? How are you engaging with your current audience and serving them to the best of your abilities? It's not about just growing to massive numbers. That's really good too, but it's all about the relationships that you actually build with the people who are already following you. So that's number 1. Got my notes here. What I will also include in that pillar is the outreach. So it could be messaging people on direct message in Facebook, in Instagram, on LinkedIn. It's that direct contact of like saying, hey, this is what I do. I'd love to connect with you. How does that sound? Like, what are you up to? Is there anything I can help you with? All those sorts of things. I can't actually see any comments on it, but that's fine. So yeah, number 1 is like super powerful, and it's a really good way to start. So if you're looking for the places to start, and if you're kind of overwhelmed with all the different platforms or all the different pillars, like starting with organic content, wherever you choose, is a really good place to start. So you'll hone those skills of like direct outreach, nurturing, relationship building, which is really critical for your business. However, you cannot build a business on one audience pillar alone. So, for example, think about what happens if Facebook changes up their rules on advertising or their rules on whatever, and suddenly you're booted off Facebook. You have lost connection with your group, you've lost contact with your people. Same thing happens on Instagram, and it does happen. I've seen coaches and other people in the online space who have just been barred from their Facebook ads. And they can't get on there. So it's really important, and that's why we diversify. So number 2 I wanted to talk about is having an automatic sales system. So I'm going to break it down. What does that mean? What does an automatic sales system look like? What even the heck am I talking about? So it's nothing too techie, it's nothing too fancy. It's like something that you can plug it in and let it play while you sleep. So it's like something that's just present on your platforms, that's a plug and play. It could be a webinar recording, it could be a funnel with a video on it, it could be a lead magnet, so like one of those freebies that we see everyone posting in groups and everyone's like, yes, me. So whatever it is, you just want to have a system that is there, so you could actually take a holiday, you could maybe just have a few days off, just have a break, and know that there are leads that are going to be delivered to you, and some kind of qualifying process as part of that. So I won't go into the techie bit of that, but it could be literally as easy as doing a live webinar, recording the webinar and setting it up so people can access that free webinar, and then at the end you invite them to have a call with you. Whatever that looks like for you and whatever feels good for you, because there is literally no one size fits all. It's always going to be different. Whatever your business is, whatever you like, what your style is going to be different. Some people will just not like doing Facebook Lives. Some people love it. Some people want everything to be automated and don't want to do one-on-one coaching because they want everything to be just like, I just want to sell courses and go on holiday. That's cool too. But there's going to be different ways that you blend these 4 pillars regarding depending on what you want. If you want ultimate freedom and just flexibility to do whatever, whenever, be on a beach and just open your phone and see money coming in, then you're going to want to have some automated systems going on, like whatever those are. It's going to be automatic. So that's number 2, having an automated sales process. And obviously that does fit into one a little bit because you'll be promoting it to your audiences on your organic channels, you'll be promoting it all sorts of places, but it's like that's a pillar that can stand, and it is also not dependent on being on a certain social channel. You can absolutely be sending that out to your email list, you can be partnering with other people, so that's a really solid thing to have. So number 3, and this is one that people do not use enough, other people's audiences. So last week I spent a long time thinking about ways that my business can grow comfortably, so I'm not spending all my time in DMs. Hi Hayley. And also let me know if you guys have questions. I don't want to spend all my time in DMs booking calls. That's not my idea of cool, because I want to do other stuff. I want to do fun stuff like this, I want to do lives, I want to create more content, I want to have more flexibility. So this is where other people's audiences is really, really vital. So that looks like other people's podcasts, other people's blogs, maybe guest writing a blog. You could almost become, you could definitely become a guest contributor to a blog, like a lifestyle blog, a website, something in your space. People are crying out for good content, and it's a real hassle to go and get these new experts in every single month. If you can put 2 words together and you know what you're talking about, just approach people. Chances are you'll have to approach a few, but once you get that gig, that is a sweet gig to get, because suddenly you get eyes, thousands of eyes on your content, all driving back to your site, and that is awesome. It's like leveraging yourself, and it's all about leverage. If you're a solopreneur, as I am, I don't have anyone else working for me or with me right now. I'm working towards that because it would be awesome, but it's just me. So any way that I can leverage what I'm putting out is a game changer for me. Like YouTube is a game changer because suddenly the audience is massive. Going on other people's lives, going on other people's podcasts is massive because suddenly you get access to much, much bigger audiences. And let's be honest, like when we're starting out, we don't have huge audiences, but that doesn't matter. Everybody starts somewhere. And in fact, you can totally have a profitable business from a small audience. You don't have to have thousands and thousands. So when I see people chasing, like, yay, my group is 6,000, I'm like, that's awesome, but where's the engagement and are you actually selling from it? That's a really critical question, like how those relationships are working. So number 3, I really want you to understand is other people's audiences and just start to think about how that could come into your business plan. How could you think more creatively around people who are doing similar but not exactly the same stuff as you, and how you can start working together to boost each other and like raise each other up. That's a really good place to start thinking about diversifying your audience. Okay, number 4, and this is like one of my favorites, referrals. It sounds really simple. It sounds like it's like a no-brainer and that everyone would be doing it, but you don't. And it's not, I didn't even think of this until like 2-3 weeks ago, and I was suddenly like, I'm missing a ton of good stuff here because there's local businesses here I should be partnering with who all have the same ideal client. So this is what you need to think about when you're looking for referrals. You don't want to be having referrals from people who do exactly the same thing as you because that's competing for business. I mean, obviously you have your different tone and you'll always attract a kind of different set of people, but best to choose people who just have the same ideal client as you and partner with them. And what does that look like from a kind of practical standpoint? It's literally just a call. Like ring them up, connect with them on social and say, hey, I'm in the area too. I also look after these sorts of people. It seems like we'd have a match. Would you be open to having a coffee or a Zoom to see if we can support each other with referrals? I mean, it's like as easy as that. And it's really overwhelming actually. Small businesses really are looking for this kind of thing. So if you're in a position to send people their way and they can send people your way, that's golden. And also referrals are so much warmer leads. So someone who's come to you via someone they know and trust, so much more likely to look fondly upon you and to actually trust you more because it's someone they know. So don't underestimate the power of referrals. It's a really strong way to build your business sustainably. You can't rely on it because it's inconsistent. So none of these like 4 pillars can stand purely by themselves. And this is why it's really cool to kind of pick and choose and say, which one am I going to work on? Okay, so for me, it's definitely pillar 1. I'm working on my organic content. Yes, it takes more time. And it is more time consuming than like throwing a ton of money on Facebook ads, but I feel it's more sustainable, it's more genuine, and I get in front of people who I know are my dream clients. But I'm also looking at referrals, so that's something I'm adding, and I'm looking at other people's audiences. So there's a whole load of stuff going in. There's not like a perfect solution for everybody. As I said, everyone has a different business. Everyone's gonna feel drawn to a different mode, and some people are like super automated and just want that. But again, like you can't just have one. Like you would definitely need to have another supporting your business to be profitable. So referrals are great. If anybody has questions about referrals, like how it works, how to set up a really strong referrals network, then just drop me a DM because that's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks, and it's been really cool and it's been really eye-opening, and it's the kind of stuff that's right under your nose and you just kind of didn't realise. So I would definitely encourage you to go out there and see if you can support some other businesses who have your dream client, because that's a win-win for everybody. You can send people their way and they can send people your way, and it's really cool. And small businesses, it's really nice to network and just get to know people in your area as well. I love that. So the 4 reasons why it's so important to have these pillars, and again, it's about flexibility. So I'm betting you didn't start your business to be working like 16-hour days hunched over your laptop while everyone in the house is having dinner together watching Frozen. Or maybe you did. I mean, Frozen 2 is better, but I'm betting that you did this because you want more flexibility and you want more freedom, and you want to be able to take days off here and there knowing you've got stuff covered and not feeling stressed and not feeling like you have to be doing all the things all the time. So that is one really crucial reason. It's kind of the reason. Second reason is you want to take some holidays. You want to literally shut off your social. You want to have a social media detox at some point. Otherwise your eyes will just get sore. You can do this. When you set up these systems in place, you can totally do this. If you're on other people's audiences, if you have a stream of people coming through from podcasts you've done, may not have even been recently, it may have been a podcast you did a year ago, that you're still getting people coming through to you. So set up some kind of engine in the back where people who want to know more about you, you put a really strong call to action on all the stuff that you did with that collaboration, and make sure you're pointing them to the right place. So you know that you've got some leads. Like when you need leads, that's where they're going to be. That's magic. It's more sustainable. So you won't have these roller coaster income months. And we've all been there. I've totally been there, of having a really good month, then a really crap month, and then a really good month, and then like a really bad month. And it's really soul destroying, and it's really makes you go a bit kind of, am I doing everything? It makes you like doubt yourself. It makes you question yourself. So this puts an end to the roller coaster of inconsistent income. And that's like the main thing that I would say puts people off in the first 6 months to a year of business, is that ups and downs and that not being able to plan, which makes it really difficult to plan your launches, to plan when you're going to take holidays, because you're always chasing the next lead, and we don't want to be in that place. And the fourth reason, it's just definitely more profitable. You will make more money because you've got all these different streams feeding into that one place. So have a think about what that one place is going to be for you. Is that one place going to be a lead magnet to capture their email? Is that one place going to be literally just booking a call with you? Is that one place going to be joining your Facebook group? Because then once you know they're there, you can show them what you do and build a relationship. Just think strategically, and it's all about thinking kind of a couple of steps ahead when you're putting these things in place. And it is just a bit of a mindset refresh. So instead of thinking, oh, I've got a to-do list of 100 things, I've got to do Facebook, blah, blah, just think, actually, which audience pillar does this fall into? Am I doing too much at the same time? Maybe I could just start with one and then bring in a second. And then you can actually start to have a bit of breathing space, take a bit of time and see what's working and see what isn't working. Because again, having options gives you the ability to have more thinking time. And when we're running around and feeling overwhelmed with stuff, we don't have thinking time, and that's what stresses you out, and that's what gets you feeling burnt out and like it's too much and you want to give up. So give yourself a break, give yourself thinking time, and just rewind and think, okay, which audience pillar is this like filling right now? Do I need to be doing just more in organic? What's that been like? What are the results like? And remember, like, what you are measuring grows. So what you're focusing on will be the thing that grows. So you want to be putting your energy into something that is growing your business. If you're putting energy into having 3,000 likes on Instagram, but you're not selling anything, that seems like a real waste of your energy and efforts. So this is where you can have a bit of breathing space, see what's working, and just like play with it. It's meant to be fun. I want to make business more fun. Do the stuff you like. This is why I like organic content, because I like sharing my story and I like lives and I love having a group. Some people just don't like it. Some people would rather do like all automated webinars and have like a system that just pops out money at the end. That's so cool. But just being aware of like where you sit and what will feel good to you, that's kind of the fun part of working it out. So yeah, that's me. Thank you so much. I would love it if you want to hear more about this, If you want like a bit more depth into the how-tos of like how you create any of these audience pillars, like what goes into the organic, what goes into the getting on other people's audiences, like just send me a DM. Be more than happy to kind of give you an outline. And also, if this has been helpful to you, I would absolutely love it if you wanted to jump on a strategy call with me, because I have a 3-month program which is designed to go through all of this strategy stuff and make it super simple. So like a step-by-step of what to do when, because there's literally nothing worse than having all the things to do and not knowing where to start. So it's all about having like a sequence that you should be doing stuff. Cool, thank you so much. I hope you guys have wonderful evenings. I'm gonna jump off now and probably get some dinner. Then I'm gonna have to cook for myself. Unfortunately, I can't see who's on, but thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna post the replay in the units. So if you didn't manage to jump on live, then I'm gonna post it, and I would love any comments. Just type replay when you say the comments, and I will always go in and like check comments and answer questions in there. So bye guys, have a lovely evening, see you soon.